Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, All Things Frugal and Fabulous. And today that's something I wanted to talk about because I've been doing this channel now since July 4th was the first video ever made, and it is now September 20th. So, and I do talk about frugality, frugal hacks, frugal tips, and this and that, but I've never, maybe I have, I just can't remember everything that I say, but I wanted to really talk about what being frugal means to me and what it is that, just basically what being frugal is. And, oh, I lost the page, I think. Oh, here it is. So, before I get into what it means to me, I'm going to read you the definition from this Webster's Canadian Dictionary. So, it says, frugal, careful in spending or using supplies, simple and without unnecessary things. That's the definition here and here. So, it's like right here or something. You can see that. That's what it says, no lies. And to me, being frugal is exactly that. And it also means not wasting anything that you have, being thankful, being creative, being humbled in everything, just waking up in the morning and looking outside and just being thankful that you're alive. And then, waking up and going and not seeing what you don't have, but seeing what you do have. And, when I was younger, I used to not see the whole picture, And my husband's kind of the same way now. Like, when you look, he's like, all you have is ingredients. And it's true. Our house, there's no packaged food, so there's nothing whole. But, I mean, that's what being frugal is, I think. It's just taking and creating all kinds of different things from... You can make many different things from the same ingredients that you have on hand. But if you buy a box of pizza, like a frozen pizza, it's only going to be a frozen pizza, right? I mean, but if you have the flour and the sugar and the yeast and the oil or whatever, that you can make into many different things. Then you have the cheese, and you can make all kinds. You can make your own pizza pops. You can make your own pizza. You can make bread. You can make bread sticks. You can make cheese bread. You can make, basically, you can even make a dessert pizza. You could, there's so many things that you could do with those ingredients that you can't do with a frozen pizza that's only ever going to be a pizza. So, to me, that's what being frugal is. Part of it is. And then, just, for instance, I mentioned that I'm not going shopping anymore. So, I mentioned also that, I'm very tempted when I look into those flyers and stuff, because I always see a deal and then I feel like I have to go buy it. But maybe I will show you quickly, even though it's a disaster in here. But look. So, this is my freezer, I should say. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty full. And then, if you look into my fridge, it is pretty full. Like, there's not so much stuff in here. These are my carrots from the garden. And we got some zucchini and some more carrots and tomatoes from the garden. This is full of lettuce. These are my pizza crusts that I made. I made 3 of them. And I got some cheese. I do have to clean out my fridge. I apologize for the mess. I wasn't going to show you that I still have all of that stuff and eggs, and this is my homemade yogurt. I got like 3 containers of that. And look at all this fruit here, or food here. This is all given to me. There's peppers and stuff like that. So, I mean, and not to mention, there's all this apples that I am working on currently. Here's some apple juice that I'm making, and apple butter that I'm making. Sorry about the mess in here. I've been working in here all day, so I mean, I wasn't going to show you that because I'm a bit ashamed of the mess, but this is real life here. Life gets messy. Being frugal gets messy because it's not just going out and grabbing and opening a package and throwing away all the dishes after so that there's no cleanup. That's not frugal. That's not being frugal. That's, I don't know what that is, but it's not being frugal. So yeah, being frugal gets messy, I think. And it's okay. I'm going to clean it all up after. And when I do my kitchen tour, you'll see. It'll be nice and clean again tomorrow. So, yeah, I guess so that's what being frugal is: being creative, being thankful, being not wasteful, using everything you have. Like all those apples that I'm making out of the juice were the wormy, not rotten, but really bruised ones that had spots, and they just would not be good for anything else. So instead of throwing them away, I'm gonna make apple juice, and I can make all kinds of stuff from the apple juice. So yeah, and it's just doing what you gotta do to survive and using up what you have. I didn't even show you my big freezer, but it is full to the top. Like, literally full to the top. I was going to show it to you, but I'll just show you when I do my kitchen tour. And yeah, I'm just using what you have. And like I told you, I don't even know if I mentioned it in this video yet, but I needed sugar. I only have a little bit left. But I'm gonna have to get creative. Like months ago, I bought figs, I think they're called, because I watched in a YouTuber's channel, and she was eating them and made them look so delicious, and said that they were a really healthy alternative snack. So I figured I would buy them and try them out. And I mean, they're okay. They're not my favorite treat or anything, but now I found out that I can use them as a sweetener in my baking, and so I can use them up that way. And it's just gonna have to get really creative. I'm out of crushed tomatoes and all kinds of stuff like that, but you saw my fresh tomatoes there, and I got a bunch of little cherry tomatoes still in my garden and big tomatoes. And I mean, I'm just gonna really have to get creative. It's gonna get messy in here, and I apologize for the mess today. I'm gonna spend the whole night cleaning it up. Anyways, I guess that's really what I wanted to share, and I'm sure I'm missing something. I didn't want to use notes today because it feels like I'm always looking down when I'm reading from my notes, and I just wanted to today think out loud, I guess. And I hope that's all. Creative, thankful, and not wasteful, and just being intentional, I guess. Intentional with what you bring into your house, and not just in, but out, because just throwing things away before you give them their full potential. It's like a garbage or a grocery bag. When you go to the grocery store, if you don't use your own like reusable bags and you get a plastic one, that plastic bag can be used for a bazillion other things. If you have this empty candle jar, it's empty now, our power went out, so we're burning candles everywhere. I'm going to take this out. There's not very much wax left, but I'll take that wax, and I have a can where I put all my leftover wax so I can make a new candle out of it. Then I'm going to wash this out, and this is going to become another drinking glass for us. Or I could use them to make another candle, but I've just been washing them out. My daughter loves these. They're nice and small. They're perfect for her. And yeah, so I mean, just really using what you have and appreciating everything and not wasting. I guess that's all I wanted to say about being frugal. And that's what it is. It's not easy, I'm not going to lie. It's really, really tough, because a lot of days, instead of thinking of how I can do something, I would really rather just go and buy something, because that's what I used to always do. But now I can't do that anymore. Not because we're poor or anything, but because even though I'm in a really good financial position, I can't even let myself be the way that I was before, because I was in a bad mess before, and if I start behaving the way I did before, I'm going to get into the same mess. And I'm really involved with this being low waste, I guess they call it zero waste, but I don't think there's anything zero waste, truthfully. I don't believe that you can be zero waste. There's always going to be waste. But I try to be as little waste as possible, and that's also being frugal, because you're reusing everything that comes into your house. For instance, like I use the back of sheets, and I just, tear them up, and I use the back of receipts for notes and makes my to-do list. And instead of buying notepads, I use scrap paper, and just everything in my daily life is a constant, well, what can I use instead of having to buy this? And what can I use up? And how can I make it last longer? How can I save money today? And that is frugal living to me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I kind of rambled on, and I apologize for that. What are your thoughts on frugal living? And what do you love about being frugal? And what are the challenges that you face being frugal? And that's all for today. Have a wonderful, fabulous day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.